Hello, hello, hello. It is Elsa 932 on YouTube. Welcome, welcome everyone. This is the 50th episode of Unsolicited Advice. Welcome, welcome everyone. I'm excited. I have curated a wonderful show for you today that we're going to have some fun. You who are not members, you are also going to get a little glimpse, a little peek behind the membership, wall. You're going to see a little bit of what we do, not a whole lot, but a little bit of what we do. But welcome, welcome. It is the last Sunday of 2025. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. We're coming up to the new year. We're going to have fun today. We have unsolicited advice. We have some signs. We have some data or dump. We have a show for you today. Let's see who's here. Hey, Sam. Good to see you as always. Hey, Cheryl. Didn't see you last time. And I see you still have that same photo. Good to see all of you here. Hey, Letitia. Excuse me. Hey, Letitia. Good to see you. Yes, 50. Can y'all believe all year has been 50? It's like, except for 2 weeks, we've been doing this weekly. Hey, Jackson Tabasco. Good to have you here. So we are here. This is, again, unsolicited advice. This is where I pull, information and stuff from the internet so y'all can certainly give your unsolicited advice because they did not ask us directly. It is unsolicited advice. But while we start, anything you see in yellow will be something that we do back in membership as well as data or dump. And here's a sign. When you go in to visit people's house, make sure you're at the right corner. And members, you're going to recognize this. This is a street sign at somebody's city. Somebody's city has got these two streets connecting. This is what we go over in members. I find street signs. I find signs for restaurants and hotels. I find all kinds of signs all over the country. But this sign, somebody out there definitely got to explain to Public Works. Hey, Rosho, good to see you. Good to have you here. Yes, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Okay? But yes, Letitia, this is a sign in a street corner somewhere here in the US of A. Okay? That's how we doing things out here. Hey, Naomi, good to see you. Is this your town, Naomi? Is that you up there close to NYC? It don't look like it. I'm just picking on you. But this is a street sign. When you are between Royal Road, okay, when you're between a rock and a hard place, this is not what they meant. When you're between Royal Road, okay, and Dick Drive, there's something, okay? I'm at the intersection of Royal and, how do you say that? How do you call that out and tell people where to find you? I can't. Hate to go to Africa to see you. I can't tell you. If this is where your cookout is, I'm gonna have to be like, I'm gonna have to see you later. I can't. I can't. I can't come over. Okay, so that is one of the signs that we go over in members, and we have a good old Kiki. Okay, we have a good old Kiki. We also have data or dump, but let me bring up the first unsolicited advice, and woven in there, y'all will get. And tomorrow, members, since it is our last Messy Member Monday for the new year, I've got a treat for y'all. I've got a treat for y'all for Messy Member Monday tomorrow. Okay? And y'all know how I love to give my treats out. So let's go over the first unsolicited advice for today. 39-year-old female considering ending 15-year relationship with boyfriend who is 39-year-old male. We've been together for 15 years, which 7 of those years we have lived together. 4 years we lived with my parents. Then in 2023, he purchased a home with his father, and that's where we currently live. His parents own 2 homes, but insisted on my boyfriend buying this home because this is where they wanted to eventually retire because their daughter and grandson also live in this community. They've always told my boyfriend that they would sell one of the homes to pay for this one, and my boyfriend would get to keep their first home. Fast forward to now. They don't want this home, and neither does my boyfriend, because the HOA community, they are tired of the annual increases plus all the drama that comes with this HOA. My boyfriend showed them a town nearby with little to no HOA, and now they want to purchase there and also buy a house for him to live with and sell the 2 homes plus the one we currently live. My one issue is this. The issue is 1, never owning anything with my boyfriend, and 2, having to see the in-laws every weekend if we live close by. What do you think of this situation? Okay? Oh, Cheryl told us exactly how she feels about them HOAs. Hey, Quay, good to see you. Good to have you here. Hey, Ari, I see you snuck in. You snuck in. I didn't see you sneak in, but I caught you. Hey, High Vibe. So, yeah, she's 39. He's 39. Still boyfriend and girlfriend. And the parents are buying him houses, okay? They've been together for 15 years and not married. They're together 15 years and not married. 7 of those years they have lived together. 4 years they lived with his parents. Now they had all these grand plans. Are you factored in these plans, young lady? I don't think you're factored in their plans at all. Are you factored in these plans? Because I don't think so. Because I keep hearing him and his parents make these plans, buy this house, do this, do that. I don't hear that you are a part of these plans at all. Are you a part of these plans? Yes, Quay, they shacking up. They are shacking up is the best way to say it. She needs to invest in herself. She does, because they're investing in their son. 15 years, and y'all ain't married? 15 years. I think she needs to ask a lot of questions and get lots of clarity. Like I said, she needs to leave, never be 15 years a girlfriend. Oh, I didn't see that. Ari. I didn't see that if you said it earlier. 1, get married, security. 2, get their own place. Sounds as if they break up. She's out in the cold. Parents buying a home for the son who is her boyfriend of 15 years. Red flags. Letitia, thank you for those red flags, because y'all know we have a little bit of red flag thing. Let me play for you.
All red flags.
All red flags. Okay? All red flags. All red flags. Young lady, why are you 15 years with this man? That should have been your first thing. Then you don't want to live close to his parents. You actually went and lived with his parents. Y'all are 39. When does your life come together? Hey, Just Rhonda 01, good to have you. Good to have you here, y'all. If y'all, I can't remember which show it is tonight. Is it Ready to Love? Is it Married to Medicine or The Housewives? Just Rhonda usually is on at 7 p.m. EST. Giving y'all, the good breakdown and recaps of those shows. Just Rhonda 01. Make sure you check out her channel. Not Cisco. Girl, I got to. I found it. I clipped it. Is he buying anything, or his parents still taking care of him? Good question, Letitia. The way she said it is that the parents are buying these houses and he living up in them. Or he buying them with them. I don't know how much money. The parents are investing, but it's also a sense of control. True. Why can't he buy his own home? What are they doing at 39? They need to grow up stats. We don't know. We don't know if it's half C's or if it's investment, the family. But now she said they're selling 2 properties and he's supposed to. I mean, all these things is good that families are getting together. Where's the contract? What if mom and dad get mad at him and toss him out? You got to go too. 15 years, lady. You are 39 years old. I didn't hear anything about no children together. I just heard y'all been living together the last 7 years. Please make sure you get yourself together. Okay? Her name is nowhere on that deed. Her name ain't even on a marriage certificate, Sam. How her name getting on that deed? How could you demand that? You just going around. Cheryl said 39. They're acting like kids. Grow up. Okay? She need to run after year 5 or 6. Letitia, I had a 5-year thing. If it ain't good, if it ain't settled in 5 years, I got to go. Bottom line, she is not related to them. She is not. Okay. So y'all please continue to put your unsolicited advice down there. And here's another little peek at the membership, a little peek at the membership. Okay. Members, you're going to remember this. This is a sign at a restaurant. Okay. This is a sign at a restaurant. It says money pulled out of anywhere other than your purse, pocket, or wallet will not be accepted. For example, in red is at the bottom. For example, brassiere, socks, underpants, etc. So I don't know where y'all are pulling this money out of. Okay. I don't know where y'all pulling this money out of. But if it ain't in your purse, pocket, or wallet, they don't want it. Okay. They don't want it if you ain't pulling the money out of the pocket, purse, or wallet. Be careful. Okay? Be careful out there. You know, y'all talk about dirty money. They don't want no dirty money. I hate seeing women pull dirty money in their bra. You see, back in my day, anybody who used the brassiere as a pocketbook used to have a little change purse. You know, the one that had a little two things and they would just twist and it'll just open. It would be like a change purse tucked in there. So it would be, the money wouldn't be touching their skin. On the off chance, some people would just wrap it up in a piece of paper towel or or a napkin or something, or some kind of some kind of handkerchief or something. But even that I didn't think is enough. Okay. So you need to put it in a change purse if you're using that, but they don't want it. They said it needs to be a purse, pocket, or wallet, or they don't want it. Okay. This is also what we talk about behind the member wall. And members, I have an extremely scandalous piece that I'm bringing back, okay, that we're going to show them a little bit later. Let's get to the second unsolicited advice. Let's get to the second one for today. It says, male 31, I've been saving for years and my partner, a 29-year-old female, has not. I'm not blaming, okay, male 31, I've been saving for years and my partner, 29-year-old female, hasn't. I'm not blaming, but pretending it doesn't matter feels weird. I've always been a saver, not some financial guru way, but I just got into the habit early on. Automatic transfers, putting a little bit aside whenever work was good, keeping money in separate accounts so I wouldn't touch it. Over time, it has added up. My partner's path is different. He's had jobs that barely covered rent, helped out with his family a lot, dealt with unexpected stuff that kept resetting his plans. So saving just never really happened for him. Now that we're talking serious about moving in together, it's hitting me that we're coming into this with totally different starting points. It popped into my head the other night when we were talking about what neighborhood we could afford. I realized I had no idea how to bring up the difference without making him feel judged. I don't think he's irresponsible. It's just I've spent years building a cushion and he hasn't had the chance to. I'd be lying to myself if I acted like it doesn't affect anything. But I also don't want to sound like I'm keeping score or making it a me versus him thing. I guess I'm just trying to figure out how people normally handle this. Do couples talk about it directly, keep pre-relationship savings separate, make a plan together? Or is this just one of those things where you sit down and try your best not to make it awkward? If you've been in a situation where your financial starting points are uneven, how do you bring it up without turning it into something heavy? So she's 29, he's 31. Okay? Okay. Hey, Mimi, good to see you coming out the bushes real quick. Good to see you. Good to see you come out. So she's saying, hey, I've been saving. He has not. Now, I like the way she prefaced it. Okay. We're not going to jump over him. Okay. Because we need to know the dynamics of the family. Because if he's the only son, or if he's, the young man of the family, he's 31, people may be coming at him all the time asking for something. Hey, you got a little $20 for me? You got this, you got that. And he may not feel like he could say no. Maybe he feels like he has to financially save the family constantly. Or maybe he just doesn't manage money properly. So, lady, you said you've been with him for a little bit. Why are we waiting all this time? Okay. Why are we waiting these years? Why aren't you asking him and checking up on him with that savings? It's like, oh, I see you were sending somebody like X amount of dollars. Really? Really? Could we talk about this? How much you have in saving? This is a savings check-in. Okay? This is a savings check-in. Looks like only one person is thinking about the future. Open your mouth or move on, girl. Thank you, Quay. If he's bringing this up, I don't think no matter how he says it, I think it will sound like a judgment or her. It's her bringing it up. She wants to know how she could talk to him about it. Rhonda says savings is a habit he needs to practice before they can take the next step. Yes, they should move in together. Naomi's like, let's cut to the chase. Shouldn't be moving in together. No matter what, keep the dollars separate. Cheryl, you ain't never lied. I'm sorry, ladies. I have been married. This is my second marriage. Keep the dollars separate, except for the things that you need a joint account for. Okay, we could put money in there for something we are doing a joint venture, but we gonna know how much I'm supposed to put and how much you supposed to put. Winging it never works, sis. You must talk about it. There's a way to do so without being unkind, but do it. Could he not do it, or did he choose not to do it? Good question, Sam. Is it that he didn't choose to do it? Don't be afraid to hurt his feelings. Be afraid to hurt your pockets. Financial imbalances are about values and priorities. If they aren't shared, move on. There really isn't a need for her to discuss her savings. She can advise him and encourage him to save or take a financial literacy class. She can. And the thing is, why are we considering buying a home with someone that you don't even know what his financial level is? Okay, let's put it this way, young lady. Even if he had savings, do you know what his credit score is? He could have a whole bunch of savings, but he's not managing that and managing his score properly. And then you all can't even get a home together. Y'all can't even get a great mortgage rate together. So I need you to understand the difference between him managing the money, managing his score, and all of the above. So in his savings, what is he doing? What is he doing? And as Sam said, is he choosing not to? Is this going to hurt your pockets? But as Cheryl said, always keep the money separate. Keep that money separate. You earned it separately, keep it separate. But that's just me. Especially since you saw that his money management isn't all there. What if his family needs something? Now he has access to that account and he feels, oh, I'll just put it back later. I could just take it. She'll understand. You better have some firm boundaries on this money. Get another account. Here's how you do it. You test it. Say, hey, every month we're going to put $20 in that account. That's an emergency savings account. We're going to put $20 each of us and watch and see if he's committed to just that $20. Then you up it. And then say, hey, what are our plans for that money? Could we use that to get snow tires for the season? We both need snow tires. You need to be able to watch him as you go up. And if he can't manage that money, he can't manage to be with you. Dollars is the number one disagreement in relationships. Talking about it before you move in is essential. Yes, Cheryl, that is so true. Exactly. He'll just spend what she has. Shout out to Todd Burris. What? Shout out. It's a scheme totally set up by Todd. If you don't know Todd and Candy Bird, if you don't know the joke, you better go ask somebody. But y'all, please continue to let her know your unsolicited advice. Keep the money separated, young lady. Don't move in with him unless you know his savings plans, goals, and that credit score. I don't know why I whispered it, but that credit score, you need to find out about that. Okay? That is most important. So, if you are not a member, here's a great treat for you. We do something called Date or Dump. This is where I go on the internet and there's one Instagram channel that I do go to, and I kind of pull the information from there. These are videos from the 80s about people having a dating video. So before there was a swipe left or right and you saw just their picture, this is a video that people will go through and see, oh, I like them, or I don't. Okay. So let's go. This is a young man that I think the members would love to see again. Okay. I think the members would love to see this young man, this bachelor, one more time.
Quality as a lover is coming second. Hi, I'm Wayne. I am in sales. I was almost sure I was going to be in the FBI, because of a couple of things in high school that became no longer a possibility for me. I've met a lot of women, and I've gone on a number of dates. One woman told me that I was coming on strong, and another woman has also told me that. I was dating a woman who had a younger brother who's in school, high school. He came into my place of work so I could fit him for a tuxedo for his prom. We were having a really good time. So when he asked me to buy him some beer, I did it and ultimately told his sister what I did. So that one, I don't really see how I could have done better there. If you're not looking for kids, you're not looking for me. So salute and carry on. My mother was a big smoker, and frankly, the smell makes me think of her. So honestly, I prefer smokers. My biggest hobby is actually writing. Most of those stories are about sort of strong, muscular men attacking beasts and saving women. And so that's the kind of stuff that I'm trying to write on my own. It's just something that's, I guess it's pretty silly sounding, but maybe you're interested. I have to be honest, I don't really like being single. I'm alone with my thoughts and saying things like stand up straight. So where those thoughts come from is definitely a good question, but I think mostly it comes from my father, who I don't really know very well.
Okay, that is our bachelor. Okay. That is our bachelor. He didn't know how he could do any better, Quay, in that situation. Now, what is it on his record, though, that prevents him from being in the FBI? I'm scared. I'm scared of that. And now he's like, why'd the girl dump you for going and buying her brother some liqueur from the store? Okay. He's better than the bachelor from last week, even though he doesn't look like he would be as much fun to hang out with. Now, the bachelor from last week, it has been a treat. He was definitely a treat, and he is not coming out from behind the member wall, y'all. I like him. He seems like a real one. Wink, wink, Cheryl. Now, what Cheryl's talking about is we do cover looking for a real one. We do cover that pop the balloon as well, okay? And we cover that in Teleparty. Let's start smoking cigarettes so we can get a date with him. he says smelling like it, smelling like a cigarette reminds him of his mother. So you better get them cigarettes out, Quay. Congrats, Elsa. So happy you're doing these. Hey, chat. Yes, thank you, Lotus. And I will be gifting some memberships later so folks could join us for that extra special member live tomorrow. Okay. For those of you who are in the chat, who are members or who are not members. I see a lot of the members are here. I'm so happy you're here. So yes, that was Wayne, y'all. We have tons of them. Every episode, we have a bachelor and bachelorette. I have exhausted the supply where I usually get them, but there's more to come. Okay. There's more to come. I don't know what's being sold, Quay. I don't know. You better ask him which one. Which one? Is it filtered or unfiltered? So one thing we also have, let me pull up. We also had a great discussion. No, I did not give Kojo's channel last night with membership. What happens is when you reach a certain member level, and y'all could tell your y'all could totally tell your other channels you visit. If you are doing extremely well, YouTube allows you to gift channel memberships. Basically, YouTube sponsors channel memberships on your behalf. So that's what I told Kojo that I learned. I didn't know if I had it or if I had achieved that level. Apparently, YouTube thinks that I have. So that's why I will actually, let me just do it now. That's why I would just, let me just do it now. And I sent it off right now. Yay. Who got him? Mimi received a gifted membership. Sakina, Miss Buckeye got it. PW got it. And Flavored Tea. Those are the 5 that got the gifted memberships. Awesome, y'all. Awesome. That is wonderful. Okay. So that was the gifted memberships. Congrats. So maybe you could join us tomorrow night for that Messy Member Monday Live. Okay. Definitely. Definitely. You could definitely join us. Welcome in. We don't bite unless you ask us nicely. Unless you ask us nicely. Okay. We won't bite. So the for the new members and for the members that are here, definitely we had a doozy of a story, okay? Now, they thought that I was biting is insanitary. Well, you know what? Call public health. Call public health. My first membership here was gifted and I ended up getting my own afterwards. Love it here. I'm glad you love it here, Quay. I'm glad you love it. Um So members gonna remember this story because some of y'all told me I was a liar. I was a liar. Okay. Some of y'all did. So we also do the people at Walmart, and there's a lot of stuff to choose from. But I decided to choose this one because it was scandalous. Scandalous. Okay. Scandalous. Gonna call the CDC. So this scandalous story was this man. This man got arrested for getting adult toys out of the Walmart, including an ice cream as well. Okay. He had a list of toys, so much so it was over $300. And if you do a snapshot, you look at it, those are the listed items there. Okay. Those are the listed items, the inventory of what was found in his bag. Okay. So I didn't get the body camera footage because they would have blurred out all the items because I can't show it here. But this Florida man in Pinellas County, this is his arrest, record, the list of things. And, many people said that they did not know their Walmart carried adult toys. So you certainly can check. You certainly can look on your Walmart app and you could check on any of the things he has listed there. And you could see if it tells you, an aisle and a shelf, then you know it's available at your Walmart. But yes, the Walmart stores do have adult toys. Okay. Okay. And he did this at two Walmarts. Two Walmarts. And then he decided, you know what? I need an ice cream too. I need an ice cream too for after, either I sell these or use them. Because when you look at the list of toys and the members got to see photos of the toys, when you saw the list of toys, you'd be like, what in the entire heck was he going to be doing? Was he selling them? Some of them were in the package and some of them were not. Okay. Okay. Lois is asking, Ari, have you checked your local Walmart? That is some of the fun we have in members. I have a bachelorette to show you later. But let's get on to the third story, the third unsolicited advice. Okay. This one is a little bit different. It says, am I the asshole? Okay. For not putting my pregnant girlfriend on the deed to the house. My girlfriend and I have been together for 2 years. She is pregnant and the baby is due in April of 2026. Before we found out she was pregnant, we had discussed possibly buying a house together. After we found out she was pregnant, this plan went into overdrive. When we went through the process of getting pre-approved, I discovered that she has pretty significant credit card debt. Given that a joint mortgage would be significantly more expensive than me getting a mortgage alone. I said, since I'm the only one on the mortgage, I think I should be the only one on the deed. My girlfriend said she was okay with this. We found a house that we both liked, made an offer, it was accepted, and we are closing the second week of January. She is now refusing to move into the house unless she is on the deed. I am refusing to put her on the deed given that she is not on the mortgage. She is not on a mortgage, and 100% of the down payment comes from my savings. I'm paying solely the down payment, the mortgage payments, the utilities, the HOA fees, insurance, and maintenance costs. So am I the ass for doing this? Okay. Rhonda, you went looking. The old lady knew. So is he, is he the ass? Okay. Is he, for not putting his pregnant girlfriend on the deed? It's his savings, his bank account. He's doing the down payment. He's paying the mortgage, the HOA fees, and everything. So now she was okay with it. And now I guess she talked to her girlfriends or her family or whatever. And they're like, girl, he could put you out and the baby, and you ain't got your name on nothing. Okay. But he says, no, he's not. She better get her credit together. I don't see the issue with how he is handling this. I don't. Don't do it. Read some literature, set up a trust for the baby. In the meantime, help her with her credit and add her later once married, if it gets to that. I agree with Rosho. Nope, he is not the A. He is smart. I understand that her finances aren't the best, but you refuse to put her on the deed. Don't get upset now that she don't want to move in. She has the right not to move in because she ain't on there. Well, he buying it for them, you know. The entire house could be in a trust, and he's the beneficiary and the baby. But so you got to decide if you're going to marry this girl. You got to decide, are you going to marry her? If her title is girlfriend, leave it as that, especially if she's not making no financial contribution. Exactly. She's not making any financial contribution. If she is there and you're paying everything, this could be the time, young lady, that you can use all of your finances to pay down your credit card debt and get yourself together. She initially said she was okay not being on the deed. Yes, she said that. Now, all of a sudden, now that they have a closing coming up in 3 weeks, now it's a problem. He already got pre-approved. Everything is basically settled. Offer was given. Offer is accepted. And here we are, second week of January, and the baby is due in April. And now she want to jump up. Okay, now she gonna want to jump up. Rhonda says she just gonna have to stay with her mama. She gonna have to stay with her mama. Okay? She gonna have to stay with her mama if she don't want to stay there. Why does she not have any money to contribute? I don't know. I don't know why she don't have any money to contribute. Okay? Hey, Unfiltered Doll Reactions. Y'all make sure y'all go over there to Unfiltered Doll Reactions. We cover a whole lot of true crime stuff, including, the lady and with the stalker and all kinds of good stuff. But I act a little more wild in her chat. Okay? I'm at her house. Thank you for stopping in and celebrating the 50th episode. He should tell her that she's welcome to come by and visit and that she can sign a lease, pay rent until she can make a bigger contribution. Oh, wow. To go to Africa said, come in and come and stay with me. Come on over to my place, but you got to pay rent. Here's your lease. Here's your lease. I don't see a problem with it. She's been talking to her friends. Yes, Cheryl, friends or family. She's been talking to them. Okay. She's been talking to them. Okay. She gonna have to stay by her mama. It's like, why would you give your pregnant girlfriend to put her on the deed? And young lady, you may think deed means you get to have that, but you also gonna be responsible financially. It ain't just you gonna have access to the property. It's not just that. Being on the deed means something. And we also don't know, again, with this changing climate, the banks may not want someone on the deed who is not financially responsible. Okay. That was the deed. Yep. I said it. She was talking to her friends. She's talking to her friends. The baby and girlfriend will be at her mama's house. Yes, both of them. But he's probably going to think like, why am I going to close on this house now? And we saw this house. We decided on this house together. And now she's not going to come live with me. He's probably thinking, I may have to lose my earnest money. Why am I going to buy this house, a house for my family? And, it ain't going to end up. And young lady, you never know. He could be planning to propose. But sir, you're spending all this money on a house with a girlfriend. Is this girlfriend going to turn into a wife? That's my question. Is this girlfriend, who is soon to be the mother of your child in April, is she going to turn into a wife? It seems you can afford to have the house. So that's why High Vibe says, still buy the house. Okay? Still buy the house. Eventually, when you are engaged, If y'all are, she can come move in then. But you better stay firm on that. You better stay firm on that, or she just gonna move in and just be there. Okay? We don't want a squatting situation. Okay? He's always gonna be a father. He is. And you're gonna need space for that baby if she's staying with her mama and the baby gotta come visit. Family and friends don't always give the best advice. They could be building something special. She trusts him enough to have a baby, but not enough to move in without being on the deed. Right. And that's the thing. You're already, with him. You are about to have his baby in April. Have y'all talked about marriage? It seems to me in these that I pulled up today, we talking a lot about babies and not a lot about marriage. It's like, usually back in the day, we used to say first came marriage, then came babies. These days, it's not necessarily so. Okay. If you can't qualify for your own mortgage, you can't be on the deed. Rosha just put it right here in black and white. Okay. If you can't afford to qualify for your own mortgage, you don't qualify for the deed. There you go. She contributed 0 towards the house. Not his wife, but want her name on the deed? Really? Sorry if I put too much sass on that, Cheryl. That's how I heard it in my mind. If you were sitting next to me and be like, girl, really? Girl, really? Exactly, Rosha. You trusted him to impregnate you, but now you're tripping off a deed. You don't have good credit. Mm-mm-mm. Go sit down, baby mama. Go sit down. Go sit down outside the house. Outside the house. Go sit down outside the house. Okay. Now that was our unsolicited advice. I have a last one, but I want to bring y'all a bachelorette. Okay. In the membership, we also have a bachelorette that we look at. We look at her dating video and we decide, most of us are ladies here. We're not deciding if we're going to date her. We more see, will we introduce her to an uncle of ours, to our brother, any male that we know in a close vicinity? Would we welcome her into the friend group or into the family as a girlfriend to a man that we know? Okay. So this, I had to go a little bit back in the crates, members. Okay. I had to go find her a little bit back in the crates. Okay.
My best qualities are that I love to have a good time. If you are interested in fun, I know how to do it. I'm the first one to say yes to happy hour. I love amaretto sours. I can drink 2 at a time, not at the same time, but I can drink 2. Sometimes I call people late at night. Sometimes they'll talk to me and sometimes they won't. I know how to roller skate. I'm not so good at limbo, but I'll always give it a try. If you are funny, I have a brother-in-law who's very funny, Dwayne. And so funny is something I love in men. Dwayne always jokes that I'll never have long relationships, that I'm a short relationship gal, and I'd like to prove him wrong. Have I fallen in love on first sight? Yes. I didn't know he was married, but he didn't say anything and I didn't look, so that was how that ended. A perfect first date for me would be maybe we go to the movies, maybe we would go to your place or my place. We would have fun.
We would have fun. I want to see, is she, I need to know who Brandy's brother-in-law is. Is she in love with brother-in-law? Koi is listing out everything: crimps, purple, green, eyeshadow, shoulder pads, the belt under the tatas. She's a keeper. Rhonda said she's not saying nothing. Rhonda. And if you are in Unfiltered Doll Reactions, if you are a part of her group and channel, you understand who Sonia is. Sonia's story. Okay? Sonia's story. It is. Except this ponytail, she got her edges. But yes, Wayne, she got a little crush on the brother-in-law. And we had a unsolicited advice of a man who had a crush on his sister-in-law, and we talked about that last week. So again, if you wish to be, part of the membership, definitely these are the things we talk about. We dissect the entire video, okay? She has a good time. She loves the amaretto sour. She could only have 2 amaretto sours a night, okay? But she knows how to have fun. But Wayne is in her business and says that she is not a long-term relationship gal. Wayne just wants her on the side. Okay? Okay? These crates must be located near Death Valley. She looks like she's recovering from a near experience. Oh no. Hey, these are from the 80s. These are from the 80s, all these videos. And as I said, at the bottom left there, you will see that is the IG channel that you can go. They have a lot more ladies than men there. So definitely, but members, I have a wedding proposal that y'all gonna have to see, and we gonna give our unsolicited advice. So I did find a gentleman. This will be our last gentleman, because they have not put out any new videos. But what we definitely gonna do is there's a marriage proposal, very interesting, that I need us to look at tomorrow in Messy Member Monday. Okay. And I know some of y'all will scream. So please make sure that people around you know that you're just looking at a video. She has an old face, but swooshed up young. Yes, yes, she has a mature face. But the bang yang yangs and the top updo, yeah, it's a little bit different. The bit different. Yeah, just a proposal. It's quite different. Quite different. So I'm just letting the members know what you can expect. But this young lady here, some people said she is perfect for someone in their family, and we just need Wayne to keep out her business. That brother-in-law, he needs to keep out her business. And remember, she can't have but 2 amaretto sours in one night. Okay, so that's just 2. We have had members. Do y'all realize we have had 20 Messy Member Mondays? So that's 40 videos like that we have out there. I'm just saying. So let's get to the last unsolicited advice for today. Okay, let's get to the last one. And we always go from mild to spicy out here. And this one is quite spicy, y'all. I, a 36-year-old male, and my partner, a 31-year-old female, are both bi, and it's causing issues. Do I need to read that again? I, a 36-year-old male, and my partner, a 31-year-old female, are both bi, and it's causing issues. I've been in a monogamous relationship with my girlfriend for a couple of years. We're both bi, and she came out to me first, but then when I told her I was bi too, she said she already suspected, and it was such a relief. I'm not, out to anyone else, and I've always shied away from telling any previous partners for fear of how they'd react. My only serious relationships have been with women who I have had intimacy, but I have had intimacy with men when I was younger. Remember, he is 36-year-old male. Initially, things were fine, but over the last while, she has become increasingly preoccupied with thinking that I'm actually gay and just in the process of figuring this out. This is what I always feared would happen if I told previous girlfriends I'm attracted to men. But I figured she would understand as she was also bi. She often asked me after intimacy if I was thinking about men, which was really upsetting and hurtful. I can't imagine how she'd react if I acted like this about her sexuality. Is there any way we can move past this, or do I need to accept that this relationship is doomed? I thought being honest about who I am would strengthen our relationship, but now that just feels naive, and I wish I hadn't said anything. It would be good to know if others have experienced anything similar. Unfiltered Doll already came out with the magnifying glass like, what? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Sounds like either time for therapy or to break up. Unfiltered Doll says she gonna sit this one out. She at the window, y'all. She looking out the window. Her instincts may be right that he's in denial. The question is, why does she think this? Is he doing rainbow stuff? Rocio said she played him. She played him. She got him to confess and holding it over his head. She's messing it up for his future partners. He's likely won't open up again. I thought she played him at first. I really did think. This is why I brought this to the forefront, Lotus. She's like, I don't know where to start. I knew y'all wouldn't know where to start. This is why I brought this up. Because this one is a little bit different. Y'all always suspecting the man is hedging, but now here he is. He has come out fully and told you, hey, I am like that too. Okay? I'm like that too. You buy, I'm buy. Let's make it a quadruple. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to. So he's like, hey, you like the same things I like the same things you like, and vice versa. We all like everyone together. And here's Greek Sun. Hey, Greek Sun, good to see you. Good to have you here. I'm glad you're agreeing with Rocio. But don't feel like you have to agree with us in the chat, okay? We like discourse around here. Maybe it's time to enjoy openly being bi and enjoy openly saying bye-bye. I was waiting for you to go to Africa. I knew you would come up with something really, really good. Now, as an opening bi woman, let me say, what's good for the goose is not good for the gander. Okay? Thank you, Quay. Thank you for telling us that. I'm stumped for the first time with one of these questions. Sam, I knew this was going to happen. This is the 50th episode. This is the 50th episode. You can't be stumped. We have been here 50 times already, plus the times in the membership. You can't be stumped. Sometimes men and women say they're bi because they're figuring out their orientation. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Well, there have been men who claim that they were 100% straight, and decades later, they come out as part of a particular rainbow coalition. Not to say this is the case here, right? He's telling her, hey, this is what I enjoy. And Quay, thank you for sharing with us. I don't want you to think I breezed over it, but I definitely want to thank you for sharing that you know how you are openly living your life. Okay. But yes, he felt that if she could tell me, I could tell her. And I've always told y'all, again, you feel comfortable coming out. Is this a safe space for him to come out and say, I also enjoy the company of men, or had enjoyed it in the past? Now he doing something that after intimacy, she wonders if he's thinking about a man instead of her. What is happening? What's going on? I need a little more information. This is a little too short for me to really assess, because is she asking this other times, or is it just after intimacy? Because he sounded like it's after intimacy, after we done slapping skins. You wondering if he's thinking about another persuasion rather than you. What y'all doing? I have so many questions before I offer advice. I think she did the P with him. You think she strapped some on? I'm just saying. How is he bi and only been with another male years ago? He said he's been with men when he was younger. Thank you, Greek Sun. Simply, this isn't his person. His person would appreciate his honesty and wouldn't be insecure about it. Exactly. Now, here's my thing, Greek Sun. Along that line of thought, I'm wondering, is she cheating? Is she cheating on him with a lady? Is she cheating with him and that's why she's pushing this on him? Okay. Now she regrets because he's enjoying it too much. Maybe, those claps were too slow. Hey, I wanted to make sure y'all heard. My mind keeps circling back to Chase from All's Fair. I didn't know she said she suspected it already when he told her. Yes, she did. He did say she suspected. Yep. She suspected it. She did say that she suspected, and he said which was a relief. So maybe it wasn't just suspicion. Maybe it wasn't suspicion. I'm not mature enough to offer advice, Rhonda. Well, members, if you want, we can bring this up again tomorrow. Okay. Mimi, that was the channel gifting you membership. So I'm glad you're able to join us for our last Messy Member Monday of 2025 tomorrow. If you can, it is 8:05 EST. Okay. Okay. The channel gifted membership. So I'm glad you were able to receive one. Nesto's shackle shuffle walk of shame. You're like, what the heck? What is going on here? We all have more questions. This is why I brought this up. This is why I brought this up. Again, we give all these. This is quite different. If she's making you feel uncomfortable with who you are, sir, it is time to go. It is time to go. This does not mean you don't share this with another partner in the future. You have to be able to live your full, authentic life and self with your partner and be accepted. Now, here's the other thing. When I said, I wonder if she is stepping out, I think she's stepping out because if she's asking you, if you think about somebody else while y'all are in the midst, you better ask her, is she thinking about a lady while you are between and betwixt? Because I think she's projecting. If it was fine all the times before, all of a sudden you told her, now all of a sudden we have an issue. That's all I gotta say. Hey, welcome in Voice of Fair Use. If y'all have a channel and you're working on it, Voice of Fair Use's channel helps you dissect fair use, how you can use materials and get away from copyright infringements or strikes on your channel. So please go and check them out, okay? I'll try my, okay, no problem, Mimi, you travel safely. Is it true that bi on bi is not some common with male-female relationships? I've heard that somewhere before. Right, it is not common. It is not common. That's why when I saw this, I pulled it. Guilty feet had gotten no rhythm. Being that she's bi also, all he had to do was think about her. Are they with who they want to be with, though? I don't think they're with who they really want to be with. Maybe he wants to be with her, but I don't think she wants to be with him anymore. And this may be the excuse. That's why I think she may be cheating. Yeah, she probably assumes he's thinking or fantasizing about men when they're doing the do. Again, why is she thinking that? Is he doing something to give her that thought? Or is she projecting and she's actually thinking about her lady friend? I don't know. But again, I will continue to say, if you cannot live and be yourself with your partner, your full self, that ain't the person for you. And if she questioning you, I need you to question her too. While you making your exit strategy, you better question her too. Okay? By women, not necessarily like by men. There you go. Everybody wanted to make sure that they're the only one desired by their person. A square trying to fit a perfect circle. Alora knew he wasn't the right person to marry. They're talking about all's fair, y'all. They're talking about all's fair. If you are looking for a show to binge watch that is about fashion and some risque behavior and some zinger one-liners, and I also did a recap of the entire season and recaps of each episode, check out All's Fair, please. Give it a chance. Is she really by herself or just said that because she already suspected he was? Ari, she could have said that to make him confess, and she's not really. Good question. We don't know. We don't know an inventory of who either of them have dated or been with. I think being with someone bi of the opposite sex opens up too much confusion. It does. It opens up way too much confusion. It's almost like poly relationships or open relationships. It opens up a whole bunch of stuff. Members, we got one that goes even deeper tomorrow. Tomorrow on Messy Member Monday, We have one that goes even deeper. So if you think this is going to stump you, the one tomorrow going to stump you even more. So please come with your thinking caps on. They never said that a relationship was open. It seems like someone is cheating. They never said that. They never said it was open at all. He's 36, she's 31. Okay? She came out to him first. But when he told her, "Hey, I'm one too," that's when issues cropped up. Maybe you took her shine away. Maybe you took the sails out from her, took the wind out of her sails. Maybe she'd have wanted to be the only one exploratory. Maybe she thought you'd just be happy because when it come time to have the three and the sum, that you'd be okay because she was interested in ladies too. I'm just saying. Many of you would be surprised to learn that you may have been with at least one bi man. Would we? Would we be surprised? I mean, young people experiment all the time. I wouldn't be surprised. I just ask. You see, I'm the one that you could probably tell. But you see, if you tell me, now here's the thing, and my members know this about me. If you tell me, I'm going to have questions and we're going to be kikiing. I'm going to need more than 2 amaretto sours. Okay. I would need more than 2 amaretto sours and we're going to sit down. We're going to kiki. I'm going to need to know, one, have you been safe every single time? I need to make sure you have been safe every single time you have had an encounter. Now we're going to talk. How old were you? Was this the most recent one? Recent before me? How do you know? How do you know you only want me? What do they do that you would possibly like me to do? We need to go through an inventory so I know if I need to stay with you, if I can stay with you and satisfy or not. Will I still respect you in the morning? Okay? Will I still respect you in the morning? If we get on to activities that you enjoy with one such as yourself, will I respect you in the morning? Or would I even respect myself? Those are all questions, but I will have questions. We will have to talk. No judgment. It'll be like, what age? How many? When was it? Were you safe? We need to find out. Okay? We need to find out. What were you doing? Who are you doing it with? Was it a phase? Because, y'all are quick to say with the ladies. That's why I brought this up for this gentleman. Y'all are quick with the ladies to say, like Katy Perry, I kissed a girl and I liked it and it was just a phase. Ladies are quick to say that. So why couldn't he have had a phase? Why couldn't he have experimented the way Katy Perry did? Who's doing the bandit? Hey, we got to find out. You see, I don't count it as that. Who doing the pitching and who doing the catching? Who's swinging the bat and who catching the ball? I mean, come on now. That's how I would term it. What are we doing? Okay? But I need to know. I need a complete inventory. I need a dossier. When they say an attaché, I need a complete dossier of what are your expectations. What if you decide that you wish that experience and I'm not the person to supply it? What are we doing? Okay? Child, no one would respect me. Child, my past can write a book. Girl, they need to they need to respect the story. That's why I'm glad I'm Sally Bent. She ain't selling a bit. She's Sally Bent. Shout out to the one couple from Maths. Doesn't matter who's doing what. Bi man is a bi man. And it might be bye-bye man. As we slept the night away. As we slept the night away. You know that song? You know that song. As we lay. I think women may have a safer space to share they had experiences. Right, they may. They just may. If you've been with someone who has been in jail, military, church, fraternity, sports team, you might be at risk. Like, daggone it. That's most of the men. That's most of the men. Now that's most of the men. Now I'm talking about someone who has engaged in the activity willingly and, possibly as, experiment or relationship. I'm not saying because of circumstances. I'm saying if you have free will and you've entered these relationships. So definitely, or entered into this experience. One night of drinking led from one thing to another. Okay. So again, certainly, that's why I have these conversations. That's why I said I have a very different upbringing. Okay, I have a very different upbringing. And this kind of question is something that I would definitely talk to someone about. I'll talk to them. I talk to just about anyone. I love collecting people's stories and hearing from them. And I'm very inquisitive mind, and I won't judge you too much. Okay. But back in the day, my favorite show used to be the L Word. So don't judge me too much. Okay. Nowhere is safe. Everyone I knew, save me, sweet baby Jesus. But honestly, it's a bit unfair that bi men are shunned the way they are exactly, Quay. But I get it because I'm not attracted to bi men myself. Understood. Understood. Women are definitely safer to share their past experiences. I love women who share those good old back in the day story with bens and gals and groups. The L word, girl, the L word, that was my jam. Don't bother me. And I have rewatched those seasons since, but we definitely could talk about the L word. Okay. Okay. But y'all, that has been Unsolicited Advice. Please make sure you have hit that like button. Make sure you are subscribed. Thank you. If you can, join the membership for Messy Member Mondays. But we do a little unsolicited advice then too. And thank you so much for joining me this is our 50th episode. 50th episode. I've been doing this every week. So you mean for 2 weeks is all I've missed this entire year. So I'm glad that 2025 we started. Y'all have come here. Y'all have shown up on the replay. Those of you who are watching on the replay, thank you so much for continuing to support the channel. And definitely, we're going to continue this into the new year. It's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to add a few things. We're probably going to add some Instagram stuff. We're going to add a little zhuzh to it. But definitely, please make sure you do show up again next week, where we'll have unsolicited advice. We have unscripted on Fridays, where you tell me what we're going to talk about, mixed in with music. The members get to know what year in music we're covering, and we get to mix it up as well with whatever you want to talk about. Whatever you want to talk about, that's on Fridays. But we're covering Ready to Love, and Love is Blind Germany is coming out. Members, we're going to have to talk about a few things tomorrow night. We're going to have to talk about a few things that's coming up next week that I ain't telling nobody else but my members. But y'all, thank y'all so much. Yes, thank you for celebrating with me. Such a fun day. We're going to have a great 2025. Remember, we have about 3 more lives before we end this year. Okay, we have 3 more lives. Thank you, Sam. Thank you all. And we are going to have a great time in 2026. And members know what else we're going to be doing in 2026. She's just upset that he has eaten more Tissy than he has. Ooh, wow. I love that, Nestos. Yes, see y'all tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you all for being here. It has been wonderful. Love this great community. And as I always say, I'll see you on the next one.